Hello, happy Monday. Welcome back to Ben Keenan Just Can't Stop Talking, the water cooler episode, aka the 10-ish minute news and culture show where I tell you about literally everything that happened today so that you're a little bit smarter about a lot of things. I don't know if you can see me. There is something on my camera, so if you see me licking you right now. It is Monday, February 24th, a Monday, a 5-day work week. Ugh. But you know the drill. Either way, we're going to start off with everything that happened over the weekend. Not everything, just some of the key takeaways from the weekend because it is a Monday. And then we're going to run through everything that happened today. Okay? Without further ado, let's just go ahead and get started. Over the weekend, here's what happened. 1. The preliminary results from Germany's election confirmed that the mainstream Conservative Party won the national election, while the far-right AfD party, the one that Elon Musk was over in Germany, promoting, became the nation's second largest party, doubling its support since 2021 elections. So that's not great. However, they are not in charge, which is great. The big picture, only 20% of the country voted for that far right party, and the left party actually saw big gains with the youth vote. 2, the Philadelphia Eagles announced that they aren't going to the White House after their Super Bowl win, and as you can imagine, conservatives online are not pleased about that. 3, the SAG Awards happened. So here's a highlight or two. Martin Short won his first SAG Award at 74 years old, which we love. Timothee Chalamet became the youngest Best Actor winner in SAG Awards history. And Conclave won Best Picture, which basically opens the Oscars wide up for that category. 3, there has been a potential massive measles exposure at Texas State University over the weekend, plus 9 new measles cases that crept over the border from Texas into New Mexico. Once again, please get vaccinated for shit. 4, Trump named former Secret Service agent turned MAGA podcast host Dan Bongino as deputy director of the FBI. And if you're curious what that's going to be like, here's something that he was posting online just a few months before the election. In a tweet, he said, quote, "The irony about this for the scumbag commie libs is that the cold civil war they're pushing for will end really badly for them. Libs are the biggest pussies I've ever seen, and they use others to do their dirty work. Their mamas are still doing their laundry for them as they celebrate tonight that their long-sought goal of the destruction of the republic has been reached. But they're not ready for what comes next. They never have been. It's all revolutionary cosplay with them, not anymore, as it's all real now. You assholes wanted it, now you've got it. Good luck." What the fuck are you talking about, dude? And last, Joy Reid's show on MSNBC was shockingly canceled, and we don't love that. Okay, everything that happened today, let's go on to Monday. 3:38 a.m., Apple announced that they are planning to invest more than $500 billion in the US, hiring 20,000 people over the next 4 years coast to coast, with jobs focusing on research and development, silicon energy, software development, and AI and machine learning. If you know someone going into college in the next 4 years or graduating in the next 4 years, I'm begging you to encourage them to get a job in computer science or major in computer science or get information from their school about the computer science program. This is truly just going to make their life so much easier 4 years from now. As you can see, this is the way that the job market is moving. The only job security we're going to be able to see in the long run is creating algorithms that are going to eventually take everyone else's jobs. 6 a.m., Starbucks announced the layoffs of 1,100 corporate employees, so not the baristas, but the people in our Seattle HQ office, as they look to, quote, "simplify the structure by shedding redundant roles and creating smaller, more nimble teams." Okay, I'm seeing a trend here, layoff-wise. 6:10 a.m., a federal judge blocked the Department of Education and the Office of Personnel Management from sharing sensitive information with Elon Musk and his Doge people. At 6:19 a.m., Lululemon signed F1 star Lewis Hamilton as its newest ambassador, and this is shocking that Adidas and Nike or Puma, something that's European, didn't get in on the ground floor of here. This is massive for Lululemon. 7:25 a.m., Grammy-winning singer Roberta Flack died at 88 years old. At 7:26 a.m., Jonathan Van Ness from Netflix's Queer Eye show shared before and after photos of their drastic 66-pound weight loss journey via help of weight loss drugs. And honestly, Jonathan looks great. This is kind of goals, right? If you're trying to lose weight, this is what you want to look like. At 7:57 a.m., Frankie Venegas, one of the twins from the hip hop duo The Island Boys, which are those twins with the tattoos all over the face and they got the grills and the hair and all that stuff, right? He was arrested in Florida on gun and drug charges. 8:05 a.m., Lester Holt announced that he's leaving NBC Nightly News this summer, moving full-time to Dateline. For context, he has been the anchor of the nightly news desk for 10 years. So it'll be interesting to see who they put in that position after he leaves. No names have been floated so far. At 8:20 a.m., Wu-Tang Clan announced their final tour of the US in the summer of 2025. At 8:41 a.m., RuPaul's Drag Race star Shangela, is that how you say her? Shangela, has been sued for sexual assault according to a new lawsuit coming just 1 year after the last lawsuit for the same thing was dismissed. At 9:02 a.m., the United Nations adopted a Ukrainian resolution demanding that Russia immediately withdraw its forces from Ukraine. The US tried to get Ukraine to withdraw this resolution before the vote in order to offer instead an American proposal where it excluded any mention that Russia invaded Ukraine 3 years ago. When the vote happened, the US sided with Russia in voting against the resolution. So that's where we are currently. 9:44 a.m., passengers on a Delta flight in Atlanta were forced to evacuate the plane via slide after a haze or smoke was observed inside the plane.
Fox News alert, this just in, out of Hartsfield Airport in Atlanta. A brand new video showing a smoky cabin of a Delta flight. Passengers on a Delta flight from Atlanta to South Carolina were forced to evacuate and travel down slides to get out of the plane after the haze or smoke had been seen filling the inside of that plane. This is Hartsfield Jackson Atlanta International Airport earlier today, approximately 9 a.m. local time there. Delta Airlines flight 876. It did return safely, but the crews began reporting possible smoke in the flight deck. Obviously caused a lot of confusion and a scare for those on board. They have safely evacuated. But John, we report this in a string of airplane and airline incidents.
Yeah, yet another one. People could be forgiven for thinking, what's going on these days? But, it's very, very random. And again, air travel is the safest way to get around.
Wow, those are some amazing images. People grabbing their suitcases in some cases. And
the tail cone coming out. I think that looks like an MD-88. Looks like the tail cone came off of that so they could slide down the back.
So some came down, and there's some waiting on the wings. Wow.
Yeah. Goodness me.
At 9:58 a.m., The Hollywood Reporter is now reporting that Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo will be performing at the Oscars. But didn't Cynthia Erivo say, 3 weeks ago that they weren't going to be doing this? I'm just thinking. It sounds like something Oscar winning wise is going to be taking place for Wicked, because why would they be like, you were nominated for a bunch of stuff, here, come perform for us, and we're going to agree, and then they just don't win anything? Something is suspicious. Also, Queen Latifah was announced as a performer, and I got a lot of questions there, but I'm excited about it. 10:09 a.m. After filing bankruptcy and failed attempts to restructure failed, Joann Fabrics will officially close all of its stores, with the liquidator agreeing to buy all of its assets. This is Black Friday for you, crafty people. If you were waiting for a Cricut, however the fuck you say that, to go on sale, stand firm. The liquidation is coming. At 10:42 a.m., apparently Pope Francis is showing slight improvement in his condition, but is still in critical condition, the Vatican reported. At 10:52 a.m., Donald Trump announced that Putin, because apparently we now speak for Russia, would accept European peacekeepers in Ukraine as part of a potential deal to end Russia's war there. At 12:20 p.m., Lizzo announced a new single, Love in Real Life, that will be coming out this Friday. At 12:22 p.m., Trump announced that the 25% tariffs on Canada and Mexico that he put in place but then took away are going back into place once again. So that's happening again. 12:55 p.m., a small plane crashed near Fort Worth, Texas. At 1 p.m., New York Democratic Lieutenant Governor Antonio Delgado announced that he will not be running for re-election with the current New York Democratic Governor Kathy Hochul in 2026. He concludes his statement by saying, quote, "All options are on the table and I will be exploring them." So heard it here first. Keep an eye out for this man to run against Kathy Hochul in 2026, because there's no way he would leave the role and then make a statement that all options are open if he wasn't actively looking to primary her heading into the general election, which is fine. She is extremely unpopular right now. 1:42 p.m., Marlon Wayans confirmed that he's looking to do a White Chicks sequel, which we love. And at 2:26 p.m., remember we were just talking literally 2 seconds ago about the New York governor? Well, her communications director put out a statement in response to Antonio Delgado's statement saying, quote, "Today, Antonio Delgado finally said out loud what has been obvious for quite some time. He is simply not interested in doing the job of lieutenant governor of the state of New York. Governor Hochul has already begun taking steps to identify a new running mate for 2026. We will also be reallocating responsibilities within the administration to ensure that important initiatives that have been within the lieutenant governor's office are no longer neglected. Governor Hochul wishes him the best in his future endeavors." Yikes. It looks like Antonio Delgado's statement appointment got a little bit under the skin of the governor's office, methinks. And that's all. That's all that happened today. I'm recording this at 5 p.m. So literally after 226, nothing happened today. Honestly, the less news, the better nowadays. I will see you tomorrow with more news because things are always happening. If you want more of me in the meantime, I am on social media pretty much everywhere. TikTok and YouTube at I've Been Traveling, Instagram and Threads at Ben Keenan. As always, I'm on this podcast at Ben Keenan Just Can't Stop Talking on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Please don't forget to subscribe, follow, like, share, comment, do whatever because we want this growth to continue. I've actually seen a lot more people joining us and I'm excited about it. I'm excited that you're here. I just want to shake your little head, but not like in a dangerous way, like in a loving way where you haven't seen each other in like a month and it was a surprise reunion. Anyway, that's all. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.